Hey, Dan here, and today I'm answering a question about how you can get out of a rut as an ENFP. If you find yourself working in your inferior functions or just struggling and not being your true ENFP self, how can you get out of that rut? And I'm answering this question from Michael, who is an expat from North America living in Lisbon, pretty close to me here. Hey Michael, if you're watching this, which I assume you will, because if you send in a question, we do generally send you back the response. By the way, if you go to dreamsaroundtheworld.com and go to the Ask Dan section, you can now submit your question via a voice note, which is what Michael did. So Michael said he does work either with clients or as a job in sales and marketing, primarily for startups. And so sometimes he's been working, I guess, directly for them, sometimes as more of a contractor or service provider, and that he's been struggling and hasn't had a consistent flow of clients for the past, I think he said 14 or 15 months. And how can he do that? He hates applying for jobs. He hates that whole process. Listen, I don't blame you. I hate applying for jobs. It's probably one of the reasons I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade. Even when times are really bad, I was like, yeah, I can't afford food. I bring my own coffee in a reusable cup to Starbucks, but it's still easier than putting together a proper resume, I'll tell you that much. So I totally get that, and that's why I would approach this whole thing differently. Don't try to get better at applying for jobs. Use your ENFP abilities to go after jobs, right? What do you do best? Use your ENFP abilities and take a totally different approach to either getting clients or getting a job. Maybe you love connecting with people, right? So start networking like crazy. Form some different networking groups online. Can't really go to them in person right now, but you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? Get involved with people, with groups. Do what you do best. Maybe you're really good at creating things. Like for me, I love creating like videos, like teaching, like training. If I was looking for a job, which don't worry guys, will never happen. I swear that to you. I don't even need to cross my fingers. It's just never gonna happen. I would put together some kind of a video or presentation or training that would show people not really why I was awesome directly. It wouldn't be like why you should hire Dan, but I'd be teaching something. So, you know, the 10 things a startup really needs to know if they want to succeed post-COVID. Boom. You put together your presentation, you do it as a webinar, and then you send it out to different companies that you might want to work with. That's tapping into a natural ability you have. Forget the resume. If you put together a great presentation and a company gets that, they're not thinking, wait, we have to check his resume. They're thinking this guy knows his stuff, he's smart, he's well-spoken, he can communicate. If you can't do any of those things, then, you know, get good at them or whatever. Do it in your own superpower. But you know what I mean? You can bypass all that. I have a friend who's the dean of a law school. He doesn't have a PhD and he's never even been a professor. He skipped like 2 rungs of the ladder. There are professors at business school who never went to business school and maybe in some cases never even went to school, right? So all these qualifications that are put out there are a way to filter people out and generally to keep things structured and organized and whatever. And if you try to play that game, great, good on you, but it's going to be a battle when you suck at playing that game. If you hate doing resumes, don't play the resume game, play your own game. Go around it. You're going to end up having much better results when you go away from the herd and do your own thing and your own approach. Think about it. If someone's hiring at a company, and I've been hiring a lot over the last year, you put up a job post somewhere, you get 100, 200 applications. It is a pain in the butt to look through. No one wants to do that, right? If someone came to me and they just blew me away with a presentation or something they did, I'll use my own case. They took one of my videos and remixed it and made it 20 times better, or they showed me what a great writer they were with something they'd done, or whatever it happens to be. Maybe they figured out a problem I had and solved it in advance. I would be like, done, let's have an interview, let's get to this, or maybe even just hire them right away. No real human likes reading through resumes, right? It's not enjoyable. So when you bypass that whole system, then not only do you make it easier for yourself, but you also make it easier for the person who will decide if they actually hire and work with you, which is always good. So think about what you are really good at. Hell, you told me you advise companies on marketing. So think about that. How would you market yourself? If you were your own client, would you say, hey, go send out resumes? Of course not. You'd find a much more creative approach. Do that for yourself and you will find yourself with new clients or a job if that's what you want in absolutely no time. I should mention at this point, I think you might even be receiving some free training on it. You mentioned I do have a program for freelancers and coaches and consultants. We don't forget the consultants, called the Free Freelancer, which is a training and group coaching program for just what it sounds like, where we focus on mindset and getting clients, making proposals, marketing, all the practical stuff, as well as sort of like what I talked about in this video, like the strategic ways of doing things, building your business around your personality so you're not always feeling drained and struggling. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll include a link to the program page about that. Thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, I publish new videos each and every week, helping you become the best version of yourself, all while creating the most awesome life possible for you and those you love. So hit that subscribe button, then check out that training I mentioned, and I will catch you in the next video soon. Bye for now.